Half-Life Blue Shift, the second expansion for the original Half-Life, released back when people still fucked on the caveman walls. It is the lesser of the three, but definitely is not the worst. It is a game that gives some of that good shit that is Half-Life, along with certain changes that are frankly so ass it made me wonder, why the hell am I covering this on Odd Opposing Force? And the answer is because it's short. And this video will be more experimental than usual, because the old style's age is beginning to rival that of Queen Elizabeth II, before she got JFK'd while starving a fucking bus.
Majesty, there's a second bus coming!
Yes, I know. I'll get to you soon enough. After the tremendous success of the original, Gabe hit up the recently founded Gearbox Software, and he asked them to make a few expansions for his recent game, the result of which were these three fine additions to the franchise. This time, I will be focusing on Blue Shift specifically, an expansion that was originally planned as part of the Dreamcast port for Half-Life, a console that was thrown down the shitter to comfortably share a spot under the bridge, and to guzzle crack alongside our good old friend. So, instead of porting it to the said console, they brought the original Half-Life to PS2 instead. And hey, it came along with Decay, an expansion with a co-op exclusive campaign. Yes, having all that was pretty fucking nice. But then, Randy Piscock, being the blockhead that he is, had to fuck some shit up, for it was Blue Shift that introduced the fabled abomination known as the HD Texture Pack.
Ah, Calhoun, these edibles ain't shit. Wait a minute.
In this expansion, you play as one of the Barneys, a security guard who comes from a long line of Barneys. And because they are an extended family, unfortunately, all of them seem to have paper skin and glass bones, which, through sheer natural selection, narrows them all down to one and only true Barney, the one by the name of Calhoun. This is his story, on that fateful day when Gordon went down to the test chamber and tried to pull for a stall for some shit, and then blew the whole fucking place to Kingdom Come. Our story begins with him, catching a tram to work on a day like any other.
Driving on a road do you know? Better put a meadow.
Ah, got another one. Man.
While I'm coming right to you.
Huh, what's hey, step off.
Andy, you're gonna wish you hadn't done that.
Welcome to Blue Shift.
Hold on a minute. The door's not responding to your pass ID.
A day like any other within this borderline dysfunctional hellhole. Well, might as well get on with it. And so we do as we head on down to the locker room to grab our gear.
Hey, buddy. Looks like you got the wrong place. The seat place is 2 blocks down. Eat lead!
Shut up.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Step off, buddy.
With all the prerequisites done, we begin making our way through some tunnels when...
I am coming for that free man.
A day like any other. At last, we step into the elevator and begin our descent to our post.
Extreme gate detected.
Body check.
Come here.
And so it begins. As we arise, we now find ourselves within the aftermath of Gordon's little venture, and given our current circumstance, we have no other choice but to press forward through the facility. So we start making our way through the halls, passing through dogs, crabs, and puddles of piss when we come across our first unfortunate survivor.
The healthy human mind doesn't wake up in the morning thinking this is its last day on Earth. But I think that's a luxury. not a curse. To know
You
you're
got it,
close to
broski.
the end.
After that little monologue, we blow up some barrels, which grants us passage to the world's slowest piece of shit, which takes us across the gap. After we send some hound eyes to Kingdom Fuck, we come across a scene, which is as gruesome as it is odd.
Go ahead.
Are you crazy?
You've proved yourself. Just jump to the other thing.
Jeez, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, it looks like we won't be
Hey,
working
what are you trying
together.
to...
I really need to stop it with this shit. After we do a little puzzle with the cranes, we enter some industrial hole and get our hands on the old reliable. Up ahead we call down the elevator, backtrack up a ladder and into a pool of ass. Then some more walking when... Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Around the corner, we make a full circle back to the elevator. Throw this box of explosive shit into the river and watch the fireworks. After which, we throw ourselves in as well. Passing through, we run into the military. We make short work of them and beat this dude, who is about 2 in-game ticks away from dying. And he's dead. Shame. He was about to inform us of the prototype teleporter and tell us to find someone named Dr. Rosenberg at the train yard. That is, if we still wanted our ticket out of this place. A new task has been bestowed, one that's purely based on a hunch. Achieved through no less than 3 kilograms of ketamine and a few hours of turning hippies into fucking pretzels at the parking lot. With this new knowledge, we continue on our journey, passing through offices and reaching what looks like a train depot. Clearing the place out, we begin checking the wagons for Rosenberg, all the while being constantly barraged by enemies. Like seriously, some restraint would have been wonderful. Yeah, of course. Short ways up, we use some gas tanks to punch a hole into another area. We cleared of jackasses, press the button, and then pull the lever.
Hello! I'm in here! Can anyone hear me?
Stay classy, game. We enter the wagon when... Wait, why the fuck do you look like the white version of Gus Fring? This is our man, Dr. Rosenberg.
Our plan was...
He was one of the main eggheads who worked on teleportation, as well as this whole thing. Now, given the fact that some dickhead has barred the door out of this box, he offers to give us a boost through the hatch. And another shooty section later, we return to the wagon to pick the dingbat up.
Yeah, I'll bet we have I'll bet we don't want to get this or I'll be dead.
With him now tagging along, we lead this jackass to the super secret teleporting bullshit so that we could finally escape. We destroy this plywood, take the elevator, and head straight to the scuffed plot device. This is the part where Captain Eliyahu Rosenfuck shits out more exposition about this plot fuck ex machina. So here's the short of it. Basically, this thing here is a prototype version of this thing from the Lambda complex. It's old, meaning it's ass at teleporting shit. That is, unless you fuck off to Zen. Strap this thing onto this big fuck off crystal, which in turn would make the teleporter not ass and allow the eggheads to make a precise teleport. Or some shit. Point is, you go to Zen, set all that shit up, bada bing bada boom, you're home free. So let's get to it. Fuck. Here we go. Up and through we go. Come across the intersection of retardation. Yo, dog, I heard you like intersections, so we put intersections within the intersection to... No. Fuck! Well, of course there had to be some fucking platforming because it's so fucking amusing. Go fuck yourself, why don't you? Oh, give me a fucking break! Finally getting past all that shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Want me to do more platforming? Well, I'd rather fucking kill myself. Fucking there! I zeroed your shit. Now I can finally cross this bullshit. Down the water slide and... Oh my fucking god. You know what? Fuck this. Fucking finally. We lowered this shit, press some buttons, kill more assholes, up the Jenga tower, through the tunnels, and straight to where we came from. Fuckers had me sent down to the basement to grab a fucking Duracell battery for the teleporter. Which begs the question, where the fuck did they get the blueprints for that fucking thing? Well then. So we make our way through the dilapidated sections of the facility for that dumbass battery. We mess around with some coolant barrels and activate some bullshit. Then some short ways up, we finally come across the thing we were sent after.
Don't drink the
Beer.
They put something in it to make it...
Barney from Black Mesa.
We charge it and then shove it into the lift. Upon returning, we head straight to the teleporter, where we get to partake in starting up this piece of shit. And a few moments later, we start teleporting people out of the facility. First the extras, then Rosenfuck, and then finally, it's our turn. You use the teleport. However, you are not out of the woods just
There
yet.
he is. Calhoun, you've arrived. When you didn't...
Yes. This one.
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea.
Fuck you.
After that mini adventure and all of that stupid shit you just went through, we finally get to hear those words.
Yeah. We made it, Mr. Calhoun. We made it.